there is audio now. Whoops. I was about to say that Marnix, great job for giving me a great segue, because you and I kind of have beef. There's a bit of drama going on in Bite Me, where, well, Marnix made some piece of content where I disagree with. So we will be revisiting it, and we will fix it, because honestly, Marnix just made mistakes. Thomas Stewart is in the chat as well. Oh, you want to take over the stream? If you want, I can call you in, you know. So yeah, for those who don't know, let me just pull it up real quick. Marnix made this short a while ago. I'm just going to pause the music for like a second, and let's just give it a watch, because this is horrendous.
Tier listing all Gamedev YouTubers that I know that are called Thomas. First off, we have Thomas Brush, who is the OG.
Yeah, he's the OG. I completely agree with that, though.
Game developer called Thomas here on YouTube. Also, it's been just quite some time since he released his latest game. Because of that, I'm going to be putting him in a B tier. Next up, we have Thomas Stewart. He's a recent full-time game dev here on YouTube. I like his smile and...
I mean, I also agree with the fact that he has a great smile. I don't know how relatable it is to being a good game dev or not, but he has a great smile.
He actually releases games. He recently released Bridges and Docks just a few months ago. So because of that, I'm going to be putting him at A tier. And then lastly, we have my colleague Thomas Evers, who makes my life miserable every single day of the week and who always asks me for Monster Energy, and he never tests the code that he pushes to our Gits.
Now, this is where it goes wrong. He just does me dirty so much. I always take up for him. Like, I always take one for the team. And then he just throws me under the bus like this. So, since Marnix is not here with me anymore, because we're not in Japan anymore, spoiler alert, we're back in Belgium, that means I can redo the tier list myself this time. I will make sure, maybe I'll make it a bit bigger for you guys, because honestly, I think the tier list is unacceptable. So let's go over it. So everyone here is in chat. Let's maybe also have some fun, and like when we cover each, Thomas, you can easily give your opinions as well. So first of all is Thomas Brush. I assume everyone knows who he is, right? So if you just looking him up, he has made like what is it, Pinstripe. He was working on Father. He has the big YouTube channel, lots of videos. So what we're doing is Marnix made a horrible piece of content a couple of months ago where he tier listed the 3 Thomases he knows in game dev, and I'm redoing the tier list because I disagree with it. Mainly because I was in F tier. I'm not salty, by the way. After that, we probably do some more serious things, don't worry. So either if you guys have any good ideas, we do that. Otherwise, we work a bit on Magical Girl Guardians. And if you don't know what that is, just stick around till later, I guess. I'm not salty. I don't know what you guys are saying. You should add Thomas Sala. I know you said it, but I don't know much about him. And I assume that's... I can't put him too high then, I guess, because I don't know much about him. I mean, there are if there's another Thomas in chat right now who is a game dev, just let me know and I'll add you. We literally have beef with him. I mean, yeah, but that doesn't mean I know who he is. Anyway, so we were covering Thomas Brush. What do you guys think about Thomas Brush, by the way? Prophecy foretells that if all the Thomases get together in one roof, everyone on the planet gets a block of chocolate. What kind of chocolate? Because this is the important question. Because if it's not good chocolate, like, is it like pure milk, white chocolate? What is it? What kind of chocolate? So, does anyone have any opinions on Thomas Brush? In general, I remember when I started like ages ago, like, I mean, years and years ago, with one of his older pieces of content. I don't know if I'll easily find it back, but it was like him being everyone can do art, and I remember I got a drawing tablet and I started drawing with him. So, like, I think it was something like this.
How's it going, guys? My name is really cozy orange and purple.
Like, yeah, I think it was something like this. Like, I remember like trying to replicate all these things and like having him as a teacher. So I think he's not too bad. The thing I think the content he makes is fine. I also like that he still works on games. I mean, sure, it's been a while since he has released a game, I think, because most of them were like a while ago. But what I think is a bit of a community sentiment is this one, is the here, become a full-time game dev. I think the community is often very harsh on him because he sells courses that are, well, pricey, I guess. Nope, that's not the button I wanna. So I think that's the main reason a lot of the community don't like him. But I honestly don't see too much of an issue with him. You stopped watching him a long time ago. He feels like he moved to a self-moving grifter selling hot water. I also stopped watching him mainly because I just don't have a lot of time to watch a whole lot of other things. But I don't know how his recent videos are. Like, okay, I was about to say I didn't watch this video, but we're on the Bite Me Games channel, so I assume Marnix did. So yeah, honestly, I don't know where we initially placed him, but I would probably put him in a B tier. I think if you asked me a couple of years ago, I'd put him higher. I think he has fallen off a bit, at least in the YouTube game. But, I mean, yeah, I think he has fallen off a bit, but he's still doing pretty well, I would say. Like, I still think he adds something to the community. And then here we are on Thomas Brush's channel. You already see the next Thomas with his beautiful smile, smiling here. So that brings us to Thomas Stewart. So, if you take a look at his channel, he uploads great videos, by the way, especially this one where it's Marnix. I'm not biased. No, I actually like his content. He's one of the few indie devs I actually sometimes watch, because, like I said, I don't watch a lot of indie game content anymore. But I like his talks he does with Gamedev. Like, I think he titled the series "How This Dev" or "How This Indie Dev." Stewart has been on Thomas Brush's channel. You haven't? Okay, Marnix, thank you for calling me out like that. But yeah, in general, I think he makes actually pretty good content. I also think if you like take a look at the games he makes, like if I just quickly skip to it, like he makes them look pretty. Like in theory, you know, what you see here is not hard, but like the way he does it with colors and like just the art style, I think he does it great. I mean, so I actually think he's a pretty high-ranking one. Yeah, the indie dev interviews are really nice, right? I also enjoyed it, where it's like they all have unique stories to tell, which is pretty fun always. And I also like he's pretty honest. Like overall, he's pretty open about most things. So, what do we think? Where would we rank him? I don't know if he's still in chat, so don't feel like you have to say something nice because he's there. Good scope, YouTube, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Marnix is in one of the thumbnails. He did an interview. Thomas Stewart says F tier. I disagree. S only for the bite. No. He does great content as well. He ported to all consoles alone. Okay, so I assume you guys think it's great then, right? He doesn't clickbait you enough, so... Okay, the question is, first of all, do we rank him above Thomas Brush or below? Or at the same level? I honestly think he should be above. Yeah, I also think so. Marnix, shut up. I don't want to end up with the same tier list. That would be really awkward. I won't put myself in F tier, that's for sure. So maybe that's the only change to the tier list. You would... Ooh, someone would put Brush over Stewart. Others above? Yeah, I also think above. But the question is then, A or S tier? I think there's still room to grow. So I think it's A. But I also can see him grow to S tier, because I think he's on the right track at least. This should be expanded to include Toms. Are there many Toms in Gamedev? I don't know. But in general, so why do I think he gets an A? First of all, the games he released, I think are pretty nice. Does he have links here? Nope. Okay, give me a second. There we go. Go to the site. Like, Bridge and Docks, I actually think this looks pretty. I have respect for people who can make things look pretty. Also, that don't mean that, like, other devs can't do it or whatever. But, like, it is so simple looking, but so pretty at the same time. I think that's a skill. So I like that. Like, also, when you look at the composition... Okay, this is not the best still frame for you. Okay, this is not... Okay, let's take this still frame, sure. I also think that the light around him, like, when he does a video... Like, just look at the lighting. He makes it look so cozy around him. Well, if you take a look at, no offense, Marnix, if you take a look at our lighting, usually it's just we are lit, and I don't mean it in the cool way, but like we are just completely lit. We don't have like accent lighting or whatever. You can see we are not artists. Yeah, it's at gunpoint light, I guess is a good way to call it. It's like we are just, yeah. You can see us very well and there is no detail. I can end stream for you. Well, he doesn't like feedback, as you guys can see. We are in a very healthy and non-toxic relationship where I can say everything I want, of course, without him doing anything. So, okay, that's why I think he's actually ranking pretty high. And last but maybe least is myself. So, well, now I have to think, because I honestly, you guys probably don't believe this, but I didn't really prepare too much for this stream. So let's take a look. What do I do well? I mean, I'm half of the guys who tier list stuff. Like, isn't that great? Oh, this is the old one. Ah, we were so young. Just look at him. He looks so full of life still. Marnix seems like he's not dead on the inside anymore. Pizza time, was it mighty? I think, no, it's not completely mighty. It's like, Marnix and I were like brainstorming for like an hour or so. And then pizza time came like the result out of it. And then we basically pitched it to William. So... Oh yeah, okay, that's actually a great one that someone put in chat. I honestly think, I'm super biased by the way, but the Unicycle Pizza Time devlog, I actually think is great. This one, I actually think it's really funny.
But Thomas, you said you always...
Like, this is one that I scripted, and it's completely different from our usual style, and honestly it did alright, but it didn't like perform great or anything. But this is the kind of content that I like to make. It's like very stupid humor. Okay, that was foreshadowing. And by this time, Marnix also made some Marnix hates editing these videos, by the way. So, but like, look at the cool effects he added in. Multiplayer related. Bam, done. First try. I actually dropped the mic there, by the way. Marnix said I could. So. The plant microphone was a stroke of brilliance. We were looking around the office because it was filmed at the office of my my actual employee, and we were like just scouring around looking for something to use as a mic, and we were like trying to clip on the actual microphone on a lot of different items, and in the end the plan won because it was like one of the easiest things to like just clip it on, because we were like, can we do it with, and then random items all over the place. So yeah, the plant won in that case. Plants make for good listeners. I haven't really checked, to be honest. So okay, basically I think I can add some funny ideas sometimes for the Bite Me YouTube. And I think I'm a good coder. I am not near as artistic enough to make anything like this though. Okay, guys, you don't have to be nice to me. You don't have to be nice to me. Where would you put me? I definitely don't think I deserve to be in A tier. So minimum B. Oh, you're too nice. But I'm honest. I was actually thinking about C. I think. What do you think about the beautiful picture, by the way? But like, I think in general, I still have. Marnik, shut up with your F tier. There's not even an F tier. Minimum B, F, A. You guys are just being nice. Because the thing is, if you say B, in actual tier list, I want you by my side in A tier. I mean, you can always DM me if you want me by your side, you know? You can just slide in my DMs and we can arrange it. Anyway, the P for plant tier. Because the thing is, some guys say B, but then it's like, if I put myself B here or B here, it's important. Because in the end, a tier list means like the more to the left you are, the better it is, right? That's how it should be, I think. I would probably still put myself in C, because I think both other Thomases still have things to do. You think the other Thomases are better programmers? No way. I think I'm a better programmer than both of them, but I think they are by far better artists. Artist? People who draw. I think it's artist in English. Your dev videos? I don't even do a lot of dev videos. I think I haven't done a lot of dev videos for a while, at least, right? We do some reacting content. We all agreed B+. Roasting. Oh, that's actually a fair one. Where Thomas was like, we should probably like do a tier list with individual categories. You will peak when you do Godot tutorial. No, we will not do Godot tutorial. I am down for the physical prowess one. But we need to host it like in an actual real life environment then, and then we just bench press one after the other. We do 1 rep maxes, and the moment someone cannot do one rep, basically it's eliminated, and that goes to the lowest on their tier list, and then we move up based on the weight. I think that could be a fun idea, actually. Do old school Bite Me waterfall tier list between B and C. I would love to, but I don't use Photoshop. So in Tier Maker, you can only do B and C. I can't put it anywhere here. Project Editing is Brush A, Stewart B, Bite Me C, Danny S. But Danny is not an option. We're like, this is the Thomas tier list. I think this is something I feel good with. So let's compare it to Mark, because I kind of forgot what he did. Where is it? Here.
Because of that, he's getting an F tier.
A, B, and F. Okay, it's kind of lame that we redid this, guys. Because the ranking is the same. I just put myself in C instead of F. Okay, so long story short, I think Marnix undersold me with the F, but I think he correctly graded me lower than the others, at least. No, you're not right, Marnix. Shut up. Exactly. Thomas Stewart knows what he's saying. Like, if I'm on an upwards trajectory. This video was uploaded. Can I see it? How does it work with shorts? I don't know. That's not what I wanted to do. Where is it? I want to see when it. Yeah, whatever. Let's say it was uploaded like 3 months ago. Then in 3 months' time, I jumped a couple of like F to E to D to C, like 2 or 3 tiers. So that means in like 2 to 3 months, I'll be A or S tier. So that's great. Where would Thomas Sala rank? The thing is with Thomas Sala, I actually looked him up earlier, and I know we talked to the guy, but I'm not completely sure what on everything he did. Like I saw something about this, and I know we talked to him, and I know Marix will hate me for saying all of this. So I also saw he had like a YouTube channel, like with this picture. The picture itself is cool, by the way, I think. What was it called? If Magic Girls Gardens make $3 million in 3 months, I'll make you S tier. Well, yeah. Yeah, Thomas. I also know Thomas Brush had a collab with him. But I'm trying to find... No. Bruh, where is his YouTube? I swear I saw it earlier today. Take off your hoodie? Why would I? I'm back in Belgium, like I said. It's like 5 degrees outside. Bruh. Okay, what's this studio? Oh, I think maybe here. Yeah, I found it. Like, look at this picture. Oh, bruh. Like, this picture, I think is really cool. Like, look at it. That's probably one of the better things. Aside from that, I honestly haven't seen his content. I only know him from like talking to him at some events or in real life meetups. But I don't know a lot about it. Like, okay, let's go through it. Like, this looks beautiful. I completely agree. He looks like Jack Nicholson from The Shining. Like, this looks beautiful, I think. Like, the art is great. But I know he released, like, what is it, the Falconeer? Yeah. I have no clue. I have no clue about it. Let's take a look. I mean, yeah. I mean, it looks fine, but I just don't know too little about it to honestly to rate him. But I just saw Streamlabs say something in chat. I assume someone, like... He has a new... Does he? Browse. Oh yeah, he has Bulwark Evolutions. I assume it's a follow-up. Or Falconeer Chronicles. So it's a bit of a... I'm not sure, actually. Either way, I just saw the bot say something. Everyone watching, it's only 6 more days that you can submit for the Bite Me Games Awards. So if you haven't already, just go to bitemegameawards.com. It's linked down below already. There are a lot of categories you can submit. In 6 days, the submissions end. And then we will nominate people. If you're not nominated, sucks. If you're nominated, you can actually you will be covered in, first of all, the live event, of course, where we are trying to bring people from the industry, not just us, to join. Like, we're trying to bring some YouTubers along for their opinions as well. And of course, you can also win prizes. So the main prize is mostly for the Diamond in the Rough category, but we are actually looking for other actual prizes for other categories as well. So, and even if it's not, if you don't have to do it for the prize in the end, just do it because it's going to be a good amount of fun. And yeah, so thanks to our lovely sponsors. And if you haven't already, go to bitemegameawards.com. It's in the description. It's like, it doesn't take a lot of time, and it will be a great event. So, but besides, you can say you won it, and yeah, do it for the PNG. You will get a PNG. So you get a fancy image to put on our game store page. So like here, this guy. So Thomas Sala, who we were just talking about, he has fancy PNGs. Well, a GIF in this case. I suppose it's only for release game, not necessarily. We also have it for upcoming games. So it kind of depends. It just has to be playable publicly. But as far as I remember, it was also for games that weren't like completely released yet. Like here, promising prototype do not have a Steam page yet. So if you haven't officially released, that's fine. So that is the Bite Me Game Awards. So back to the tier list. What do we think about it? I think it's fair. So, guys, I have to be honest. I know Marnik streamed yesterday, and I know he talked a bit about Skogvol, and he talked a bit about Magical Girl Guardians, but I don't know what he said or what he showed. Can you guys give me a brief rundown on basically everything he said? But then, like, very shortly, because I don't want you to type, like, 2 hours of content. But I mean more like, hey, what has he told you? Barely anything. He got sidetracked. He has no focus. I keep telling him that. Okay, that's actually not true. He's actually pretty focused, but I need to put something right. Sounds like Marnix. He showed everything. I think that's just trying to make me show everything. But I mean, I was about to show everything anyway. Because another thing I was thinking about. Oh, you didn't show anything about Magical Grounds? Well, I'll show something then. Because I kind of thought. I'm not the. Okay. I just know I maybe I should close the tier list before you guys want to put me lower. But if I have to be honest, I'm not the most creative guy around. And currently I'm mainly on Magical Girl Guardians, the project. But I have some issues with it. And I kind of maybe want to ask you guys' opinion. Floki, are you tier listing Gamedev YouTubers? No, we tier listed Thomas's. So Thomas Stewart is the best Thomas. And Thomas Brush is the second best Thomas. And I'm the third best Thomas. But indeed, like Marnix is saying, on Patreon we have a lot of content, including where both Marnix and I sit together. And we basically tier list them all. So, maybe Magical Girl Guardians. Thomas Brush is the worst? Well, we all have an opinion. I think he's pretty cool. Like, it's fine. So let me first show you the current state of Magical Girl Guardians. Oh, you guys hear the great music already? Give me a second. I'll mute the other music so it's not too much of an... Thanks for the earring. I'll be wiring you that money in a bit. Please do it to me directly or others. Marnix will steal all of it. So, Magical Girl Guardians. First of all, it's going to be an online game as well. You can also play it solo, no worries, but you can play it co-op with friends. Also, there's a bug since like day 1, where if you hover over something, it has a cool effect, right? I didn't add it so it doesn't stack, so headphone users beware, but I can do this, for example. Isn't that beautiful? Anyway, so basically the idea is simple. You have 4 magical girls you can choose from, and they all have unique abilities and stats. So we have our demolition, our scout. God damn, the buttons are so annoying when I try to talk. The tank and the assault. The assault is like the main character we use. He has like a healing circle, all those things. And of course you can rotate them so you can admire all their angles. Like just for debugging purposes, you can add their gun, because they wouldn't be magical without guns, right guys? So yeah, we added guns. I know you guys are... I assume you guys already saw it, but like... Can you see it? Can you see it? or should I... Maybe I should put it bigger. You guys see it? Can you rotate them up, down? No. But we did add some physics. So That's also one of the things we did. Currently, it's only for the tank character. They have names, like this is one is called Temari, but like here, there's those debug buttons for the moment. The scout one, it's like the quick one with pew 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 pew. And then demolition is yeah, for certain people who like different things. So the idea is it's a bit of a vampire survival like, so you have individual upgrades. Oh god damn. I'm going to mute the game for a second because I tried to talk and I just hear it blast into my ears. So the idea is basically you have some stats you can upgrade, of course, because it's like a vampire survival like game, of course. And they are different for each girl, so it just depends. They have their unique stats. And if you play the game, okay, maybe I should put on the sound again now. Basically, you see they have a gun, you shoot the enemies, and of course, it's still something we need to do more of, but we wanted to implement gore as well, so you can see the cute enemy monsters leave nice blood splatters behind everywhere. Kind of want to make like a big explosion or something with blood to make it a bit more gory. So yeah, it's basically a magical girl guardian, a magical girl game with guns and gore. That's the idea, and it's like a survivor like. So that's the core idea of it. You heard the game over already. So the idea is you can upgrade then, but what I need help with, guys, is I've been working on some level design, but I'm not good at it, to be honest. So let's quickly move up here. So what we currently have is, here's like a little parky, needs to be fleshed out a bit more, sure. And if you go up here, I'm confused. Are these the same guys who call our game IDs ass? I mean, we didn't say our IDs weren't ass, just to be clear. You sure it's too late to turn this into NSFW or something? The thing is, it's probably... Okay. We want to use this game as our first experiment, is what I'll call it, with DLC. We want to do day one DLC for like $1 or something, where you can get underwear DLC. So no clothes, only underwear. So that's our big brain plan. But yeah, like I said, what I kind of wanted you guys' help for is, so I get here, and the idea is it being like a bit of a ruin area. So you can see the big statues. The stones are laid in the shape of a heart, and then here a mini boss can spawn. Mini boss isn't too special just yet, but that's about it. Be careful for NSFW. One of the characters looked lolly. Steam will insta ban you. I don't think it will be NSFW. Like, right? If you just have... Okay, I don't know. Can I... Marlix, are you still here? What is the carrot-looking enemy? Look on the screen. This is it's an enemy. They are all cutesy, right? But Marlix, if you're still on the stream, do you know if I can show the potential underwear on YouTube and Twitch? I have no clue. Lolly in underwear be a no from stream? Well, I guess the other ones get it then. Either way, it's lacking juice. Yeah, I completely agree. So we have some VFX, not a lot, but we still need to do a lot of sound effects. So we need to do a lot of things. We're like, this is not releasing anytime too soon. Like, we still need time. But what I mean, what I kind of want help is, you guys saw we have like a little ruins area here, right? And I think it's fine, but a bit stale. So that's whatever. And then the idea is, so this is your starting point. Probably this will be convenient, so you can maybe get some like health or something every so often to heal, because why not? We have a little urban area here. I'll walk you guys there in a second. But I'll give me a second. I'm going to get my amazing drawing up. Open in browser. Boom. This is my pro level design that I did to get to do a bit of brainstorming, basically. And that is. Give me a second. I'm trying to find. There we go. Paint art. 10 out of, yeah, it's made in Paint for sure. By the way. So this is the global idea of what I want. We have like a big road horizontally, and here one vertically. It's so grid-like, yeah. But for example, the fluid roads, I assume you mean something like this. So these will be added, but like for the main division of the level, we were thinking of doing it like pretty straight. But the idea is basically you spawn in a convenience store. And then you go up, Cozy Park, you get to the ruins. Ruins has then a little boss you can fight, like either a mini boss or a big boss. The main road is mostly used as like a reference point, so you know where you are in the map. You saw the urban area already, so here is a bit of an urban area that's work in progress. We also want to do something here. Because if you take a look at, let me take a second. Like if you take a look at the OG Vampire Survivors, if you take a look at the maps, they are pretty stale, right? And honestly, that makes it a lot easier, but I kind of want to do something more like Swarm League. If I can take a picture. I kind of want to do something more like this, where you had like specific areas that could trigger certain events. So that was one of the main things. Like you can see, you have like a build bench and they have to go around. This is something you don't see in a Vampire Survivors, and I kind of like that. So the idea is basically, where is it? Here it is. Like you have the areas where these things can happen, like the field mini boss area. I'm not entirely sure what to do yet. Temtem Swarm. I'll take a look real quick. Temtem Swarm. Okay. Okay, this looks pretty interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, might be good reference material. Okay, we keep getting distracted. My main question is, something I wanted to do is, of course, you know Marnix, he has a train fetish, so there are train railroads in the game. So, cool, there will kind of be trains, I guess. Not really trains, but like at least train tracks. One of the things I want to do is close the barrels and make it so you cannot progress past here at certain times. So basically, this area of the map will only be available at certain times of the game. Because I want to add there like a special boss that drops more rewards, whatever. Basically, I want to add it so there is time-specific things. So basically, the game is survive as long as you can, and that's great. But I also want to like almost find incentives for people to go to certain places. So I assume it would be something like this boss here doesn't spawn at exactly the same time. You have like a chance of the boss to spawn here or here or here. Like you don't know where they will spawn. All those things. And this one I want to give them big rewards if you actually defeat it, but you have to be quick because it will close. All those things. Now if we go back to our beautiful paint thingy, you can see it's an empty square. Basically I have no clue what to add there. So if you guys have any cool ideas, we can brainstorm them. Because basically what we have is, we have the convenience store with a cozy park and ruins. We still want quite a bit of open space, so we will Open space is not bad, in my opinion. But we also want there to be like event places, basically. We have then our urban area. You saw it already, which is like it's like a little city environment. And then at the right top, we do like a field mini boss where it's like very foresty, an open field, very naturey, all those things. And then you could already see it very briefly. This is not near done. The idea is to have here like some sort of torii gates. Is basically having another boss here. So they are scattered around the map. Now, next up is then what do we want here? I'll put the mic a bit further away, sorry. So what do you guys think would fit here? Because if you have to think in a setting of magical girls, yeah, train station with bus station, for example, this is something we kind of want to add, but it's fast travel. So if I can show you real quick, currently we have like a teleporter. Ugh, I'm dead. Shit game. Back to lobby. So here we have a teleporter, and you can take it to teleport to another side of the map, which is like great. But that's still, we want to replace the teleporter probably with something like a train station or bus station, because it's very apparent in Japanese culture, and then you can activate it every so often. Is basically the idea at the moment. School, basketball field. Basketball field in a school, the boss is some kind of basketball-inspired monster. But a fountain, my dude. I mean, we can put in a fountain. A public pool, a pool. I think you guys are letting your imagination not go very wild, because it's just a big hole. Like, what is a pool, if not a very, usually square puddle like this here? Big brain, right? No, but for real, I'm an onsen, maybe. But how do you do? Like, if you have an onsen, you have a lot of water. We don't allow movement on water, so they just want to imagine the girls in swimsuits. I mean, that's why we have the 1 or 2 Bucko DLC for underwear, you know. But that's basically the main thing I'm like thinking about. It's like, I'm not sure what I want to do with this area. A pool will make skins sell like crazy. Yeah, but what do you do in the pool? That's the thing. Like, we also don't want it to be like scope creep and create an entirely new mechanic for it. A graveyard. But a graveyard, isn't that like, we have a cutesy vibe, and then we put in dead people. It's kind of lame, right? So the DLC gets you less. It gives you a toggle to get you less. So kinda. But they say, you know what they say, like, less is more? A pool, like, it will also be Twitch. Yeah, we want it to be Twitch safe for sure. Because in the end, if you make a game that is not easily like playable by streamers and so, I think you're messing it up, because that's like you alienate one of the best shots you have to get like an audience. Graves can be cute. Well, okay, my dude, cute grave. I'm doing this. Okay, no, I'm not. Let's take a look. Is this what you mean? Is this what you mean? Are you making the assets or asset store? So it's a bit of both. So we usually use the models, and now we have someone, a friend of ours, who's really into textures, who does like redoes the textures, and like the textures here are made all by him. So like the shapes, we usually use something we can find or buy on any market basically, and then we try to tweak it. So for example, this floor here, it looked horrible out of the box, so we have a anime shader and then custom textures to make it look a bit better basically. Oh no, I don't want to paint. No, fuck, leave me alone. More like Inari Shrine Graves, I guess. Inari Shrine Grave. I have... Oh, okay. So, yeah, those things. But that's kind of what we're doing here, right? Because, I mean, isn't it just story gates with graves next to it? I don't want to sound rude, by the way. But, like, probably Marnix is, like, boiling in his chair because I said something like that. But in the end, I assume it's just something like that, right? A Lugia movie shrine. Make a theme park and replace the train with a roller coaster. A theme park could be fun, but I think that's a lot of custom assets, right? Graveyard Keeper would be considered cozy game with graves. I don't... Is it a cozy game? Really? Is it? Graveyard Keeper? Okay, it's actually a lot more cozy than I thought it was. Damn. Graveyard DLC with a God Girl skin. The thing is, we in theory have support for skins. I already implemented it. We still have to add them, basically. But like, this honestly looks pretty cute for graveyards. I see. Just dumps a body in the river. What do you even need to do? Oh, okay, I was about to say, what is the music I hear? It's not from the usual spot. Matsuri would be cute. This is a Japanese house and region with Matsuri Festival. Matsuri Festival. I'm going to take a look. Oh, okay, I remember, because I went to something like this with Marnik, like Obon Matsuri a couple of years ago. The light festival thingy. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we but when you say traditional housing, do you not mean this? An outdoor gym. That actually might be. Hi, what are you guys doing? Level design? No, let me quickly repeat it. So first we did a who's the best Thomas? Like Gamedev Thomas. Apparently, I'm the worst one. And then next we're working on a game, Magical Guardians. It's a survivor-like with nice anime girls, and I want like events happening on a map, but I don't know what this area should be. So we're kind of brainstorming for good ideas. So basically, we have a ruins, a field, urban area, a convenience store, some 30 gates, and then whatever this thing is going to be. So we have like train tracks, which are basically blocking the area for like half time of the game, and at certain intervals you can actually enter and exit. You could do neighborhoods like in Zombies Are My Neighbors. Zombies Are My Neighbors. 69 on Metacritic, nice. Zombies are like in is Zombies Are My Neighbor a Steam game? One few Japanese houses and rice fields. Yeah, I was also thinking about rice fields, but I thought it was like too basic. I don't know what to say, because like I had like a little crop growing area here, which is like great. Oh, it's an old game, by the way. Okay. since it's separated by tracks, it has to be also somewhat thematically separate. Yeah, that's a fair point. Another thing is I don't know what I want to put on this pedestal. I just decided I want a pedestal here. I don't know what to put on it. Side tangent. But like, yeah, I guess what you're saying, like it has to be different, is fair. But like, it's so hard to come up with those things for me. Like, I don't know if there's like a good example of it, but like, what I liked in Swarm was they had like the Yumi missions and so on, and like certain places where things could happen. I'm not saying we will do something like that, but it could be pretty cute. But yeah, something like a light festival. But the thing is, if we do it, like if you want to do something like Matsuri, it's cool, but ideally you do it when it's dark, and we at this moment in time are not planning to do day-night cycle or anything in the sort. We just want to keep it day to like not increase the scope too much. Besides, that would bring like a massive like extra kind of scope. Gotta create a Bite Me Games mascot and put it here. We have a mascot. Haven't you seen? Take a look. It's this guy. This is our mascot. A small scene for Idol's performance or wherever it's popular in Japan. I mean, that's pretty... Okay. Another thing is, I like the idea of of something like that, but one of the restrictions in this genre, or at least in the way we are handling it, is height differences. So, for example, you will not be able to go on this this platform basically, because it really messes up with the depth of the game. Like, otherwise enemies need to aim up or down, or you have to do everything on the same same height, which we already do, but then it just visually to the player looks off. Like, one of the things you can still see in the game is like it's really it can be really off-putting where if there is a height differences between when you actually hit something and when you don't, because the camera is at an angle. So that is something I like, the idea of, for example, having a stage, and sure, we could do something like that, but the downside is you have to be careful with the height differences, basically. Where can I buy your mascot team's merch? Sadly, we do not have it yet. Would it not be better to start with making the survivor like feel good on a flat game before the world design? Completely agree with that. The downside with that is I don't really want to do that on stream. Well, the brainstorming I can do on stream, because streaming really messes up with your like focus. Because I did like a couple of coding streams for Guild Architect a while back, and you do like easy tickets, you do in 5 minutes, and you take an hour for it. Don't play survivor likes, but aren't the enemies kind of the environment? I'm not sure I know what you mean. Like, if you take a look at vampire survivors, you just have big hordes of enemies. So, I don't know. But maybe I shouldn't like beat this drum for too long. I understand. Like, I just, you guys gave me some ideas. I'll think about what I want to do. Because I don't think we will find a perfect answer now. You guys gave me some food for thought at least, so I can rewatch this or just read chat again to see what I want to do with it. So that's already pretty nice in my opinion. Alright. Check out Anime Gunslinger Girls for IDs. I have never heard about that. Anime Gunslinger. Okay, I don't think it's... Oh, it's another series, not the same, okay. a manga. I could probably ask William to take a look at this, and he would give me an in-depth review on how this is good or not. Could be a good reference where it's a PvP game and they teleport by you. I am very confused by your sentence, Kane, but thanks for the input. I'll take a look. Give me a second. It was called... It's safe for work and it's an actual good show? Okay. Eternal Return, and it's free. Okay, so what am I watching? I'm just not sure. There is a free-to-play battle royale game. Fight using creative characters. So what is it like a... I mean, it's a battle royale, but like Survivor. Okay, whatever. Magical cloth in Unity. I'll take a look for it. Oh, yeah, I assume you mean this, right? Because I think I've seen this before. Yeah. Give me the cookies. It's fine. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I've seen this before. Yeah, I this is also one of the things I was like taking a look at, but we haven't yet. Oh, they even have a 2, by the way. Okay, so we talked a bit about Magical Girl Guardians. What do you guys think about it? Like, about the idea, I guess. So it's a 1 to 4 player co-op survivor, like in a magical girl setting, and they have guns and maybe gore. Also, if you guys have any questions, just let us know. Maybe need more cute. What would you make cuter? A tier for sure. You guys, okay, what do you... I'm a big fan. I'm poorly gameplay standpoint. 60 worse than other survival. Like, I mean, yeah, it's not really polished yet. We have like a couple of abilities, but it's like very basics. It doesn't feel like it has anything special. The thing is, what we think, but you guys can maybe immediately correct me. Do you guys know why, like, a lot of games that are vampire survival-like games that do multiplayer? Because as we know, like we knew like a couple, but not a whole lot. Can you show off the current? Aha! Oh, okay, good. I saw 2 things. Can you show the game's current state? Sure. And add pets. There are already pets. We call them mascots. And it's the little butterfly you see next to them, but it's like temporary butterfly. And you can unlock them with an upgrade, basically. So, give me a second. I'll put it full screen. So you see the butterfly is not doing anything now. And the idea is if you kill enough enemies and you get your cards. I didn't get her, damn it. But basically, the idea is that you can get basically your companion to also fire. They can have like different effects, so they're like they can heal you or whatever every so often. And every girl itself has like an ability. So I can use this one. It's still pretty basic, but it's like a shield. And right now it just blocks projectiles. But the idea is, hey, if a projectile hits at and you have a higher level, you can like reflect them, maybe push away enemies, like upgrade the abilities as well. Even these upgrades seem unimpactful. True, because currently they are only stat upgrades. I still didn't get the one I wanted. How is XP shared? Everyone has the same amount of XP. And the game is paused until everyone has taken their upgrade. Are you aiming manually? Yes. First we had a toggle for auto aiming, we removed it. In older videos, I remember you kind of being negative to making multiplayer games. Did your opinion on it change? Not really. This would be easier if you made it a single player game. But the reason we did it here is mainly because we kind of felt we needed to. Because I agree with the sentiment that it's not a very revolutionary idea. So that's why we were like, what? At least multiplayer will set us a bit apart, because there are not a lot of Vampire Survivors like games who basically do multiplayer. That's the main reason. Puts a shield on people upgrading and gameplay continues. It's much better experience than waiting. Might be something to think about. But then if you put a shield about, they can still like draw in aggro, I assume, right? There's a lot of questions about it. Okay, let me go through them. For multiplayer, we'll need even more enemies, but good idea. Yeah, so one of the things we will scale in multiplayer is more enemies, and they will have more HP usually. Like we have, I think we were like arbitrary had something like now 60%, but we still need to tweak it. How do you balance your enemies versus the number of players? I guess it's a bit of the same question. It's like more enemies will spawn and they will be stronger. Also, it basically means there are Steam leaderboards depending on how many people you are. So, because there will never be a perfect balance between it. Can you work on a rage game? I assume you mean another unicycle pizza time. Or help William out with Skogfall? I could. But the idea was... What we found out with Unicycle Pizza Time is that there is a lot of time you lose when you're not working solo on code. Because if I write code, which is like very important, and then William needs to expand it, it's a lot harder to do, you know, because he doesn't know my code base, and then you always lose time in that process. And if there's another bug, it's like, is it his code, is it mine? And you need to debug his code. And I know this is normal. I still work as a software engineer, so I know it is normal. But if we can alienate that part at least, it's still something at least. So that's why we are basically working on 2 games. Are there collectibles that give new abilities or just cards? What do you mean? That give new abilities, just cards. You collect the XP, or you can get a level up immediately. For example, just an upgrade when you defeat a boss, and it can give you either stats with cards, or it can give you special abilities with cards. So, for example, unlocking your mascot is a special card because you kind of need it. So when you said there's not many multiplayer survivor likes, do you think it's a good sign or maybe actually not so good? I think it can be done well, because the main thing I can think about is Swarm. So League of Legends had a temporary game mode called Swarm, and it was multiplayer, and I remember playing it with William and we had a lot of fun. So I think it can definitely be done. There are just some things that you need to think about, and of course, like, it's like a bit of a challenge, right? Review the mythical man moth. What even is that? Mythical man... Nope. Mythical man moth. The Essays of Software Engineering. I haven't read it. I would probably fall asleep reading it. No offense. Yeah, it's a software concept. Your main menu is pretty. You just need more juice and polish. Other than that, good job. Keep on content like any skills and so on. You're good. Thank you, but on the other hand, I'm not. I don't know if just more of what we have is enough. Because I agree for sure the juice and polish that's for sure something we need to do. But there are still... I'm not sure if we have everything ready yet, is basically what I'm trying to say. They don't do milk because it's hard to sync all the enemies. Well, it already works on our end, because that was one of the things I wanted to test first, and it worked pretty smoothly. So I don't actually think if all the enemies are a problem, now that I think about it. Because I remember like for bullets and so on, I had to write some code to like compensate for the ping between, for example, my PC and Marx's PC, because first I didn't, and it was just... It completely was not feeling well on clients. So yeah. I think it's going in 2 different directions, maybe 3. If good, go all in. If NSFW, go all in. It's not NSFW. I don't think the game is not intended as an adult-only game. You're a little worried about this game? I mean, the biggest problem with this game and Skogvold is... It's harder to explain. What do I mean with that is, you look at Unicycle Pizza Time, and Unicycle Pizza Time, you just see it and it works. So the idea there is hard carrying a lot of things already. So that's the most, yeah. Can you I can show you the level up thingies, but like it's just the cards and so on. It's hard to... Cute girls with guns saving the neighborhood, that's exactly what it is. Okay, I have the audio muted, that's nice. So you have the XP bar at the bottom. If you wanted to see the level up, let me just... So basically, it's mostly now I don't know, maybe tech demo is the better word. But then you get like an upgrade screen, you get 3 random upgrades. And these are now just sets, but you can get special cards. For example, yeah, unlocking your mascot. And we have been very unlucky because we haven't unlocked them. Also, I've been dying so much. The girls made for the game? Nope, they are not specifically made for the game, but they are not from the asset store either. Can girls get more guns, like maybe add chests with new weapons? Yeah, the idea is to also have different weapons. So you can have like a circle thingy around you or laser firing every so often. So that's it. Well, think about your game and how to make it unique. I thought maybe adding a feature like Katamari Damacy donut hole. That sounds weird. Oh, you mean like... Yeah, okay. You mean like the boop. That's a fun idea, but... I don't know if it fits. You guys really want to see them undressed, huh? The thing is, the undressing is paid DLC, is the idea. It's like a $1 or $2 DLC. Just farm adding content and choose. Yeah, I think it's... Like, the main reason why we stopped doing our initial devlogs is... Maybe I'll just show you, because I don't think a lot of you guys have actually seen it. But if you go to our lovely Bite Me Games channel, there are a couple of playlists, and one of them is the devlogs of Forge Industry. This is what Forge Industry looked like when we first shared it to the world. So this is not the prettiest looking game. So what we learned, not here, because in the end nobody really watched it. Like, I think a lot of these views are people like watched it after the fact. But like, what we learned, I guess it was with Songs of Everjade.
Hello everyone, I'm Marnix, part of the Bite Me Games team, and welcome
Marnix,
to our
stop
first
talking.
devlog.
Stop talking.
Games.
What an opening. But basically, I think we learned it mostly with Songs of Everjade. Is we show off the game here, and we know it is not perfect. Like, we know we need to work on visuals. We know we need to work on like polishing it up because you can see the big gap here. We know we need to work on enemy AI because this guy is just poking in a wall. All those things. But a lot of people in the community seem to think that we don't know about it. Like, oh, the UI doesn't look good. I'm like, of course it doesn't look good. We've been working on it for like 2 weeks and we just show it off too early. And that's why we usually, well, not usually, but that's why we lately don't show off games really early on anymore. Because, like, I don't know. But, like, that's one of the things that the community sometimes doesn't understand. Because I think you guys I think all of you guys had valid criticisms. Like, literally all of you guys. But then it's also, yeah, of course, we still need to fill the big void here and do something with it, even if it's just textures or, like, some clutter or whatever. But that's not something people can easily visualize. So, this is like the first sneak peek you guys see in Magical Girl Guardians. And I think what we have working is multiplayer, enemy spawns, so you can spawn them in formation, so you can have like one in the middle, multiplayer, like multiple around them, like specific formations. You can have abilities, you have upgrades in game, you have meta progression upgrades. You can change classes. Classes have their unique stats. And that's, I think, it. And this is what we've been working on for like a month. So this is like a month of work. And then it's like, of course, it is not perfect. But that's why I started the call here with like, the discussion here with like, hey, let's talk about what we can do with this area here. Because we have a bit of a vision, but that's like, we need more help with narrowing down the vision is basically what I mean. I think I've been rambling. Excuse me. Let's see. Where is the white shirt guy? He's at home, chilling. Am I wearing a white shirt? Nope, I'm not wearing a white shirt. I'm sorry. You'll have to do with me today. Do you have a time frame for the release date? Like in a month or maybe 2? That's the current goal. Is the hook mostly the multiplayer and the anime girls? Yes, I guess that's the hook. But that's what I said. Like what I think Unicycle Pizza Time did really well is just the fact that it's unicycles is a great hook. While both Skogvol and Magical Girl Guardians are a lot harder to hook. So that's it. Seems pretty good for a month of work. So what's the timeline? You use demo before full release? I don't know about demo, but yeah. Just put a huge beta art label in the corner, but like, guys, it's only you seeing it. I just told you guys, so it's fine. I'm afraid of making questions because I got here late. You can ask them anyway. Is there a premise or any sort of story? Not really. Okay, wait. I'm going to look really dumb right now, but it's fine. I'm not native English, remember that. What is premise? Because I know the word. A previous nope. That's way too short for this kind of game. Boy, have you seen our crunch. We made Unicycle Pizza Time in, if you're realistically, like 20 days. Including marketing, store page, all those things. While I was still working full-time for my other job, by the way. So, boy, do you know our crunch? Even just a reason for why the veggies are attacking will be enough. I mean, it's not just veggies, you know? It's not just the veggies. Give me a sec. We also have this guy. It's a rabbit. Look at him. Look at him. He's cute, right? Yeah, but for survival, like, you actually need content, depth, and replayability. I agree. That's why we still have the month, you know? Or am I too optimistic now? In Japan, could be an apple rabbit? What do you mean? It's basically impossible for someone to create depth and significant decrease of reliability in a short time frame for survival. Like, maybe you're right. I guess we will find out. Does the map loop? Currently it doesn't. Actually, not too horrible of an idea, I guess. Oh, no, it's a horrible idea, because then I can still enter the area, and the idea is to make it stop. Probably some walls or something around it. You could do a simple V installer with like boxes, but still, like, well, it seems short. Yeah, thing is, we probably do something and not just start in the menu, even if it's just something stupid. I don't know if it was in the initial scope. It might have been. I'm pretty forgetful sometimes. But wait, I needed to look something up. I needed to look something up. When did someone said I need to look something up? Are you gonna make other maps? Currently not. We are making another map for Unicycle Pizza Time, however. You know? Oh, I can't type. Unicycle Pizza Time. We are making a second map for this beautiful game. Might be worth randomizing the landmark positions then. You mean the entire, for example, ruin thingy? You would do something like this? Is that what you mean? Yeah, for UPT we are planning to add a construction site map. A free update, basically. And then basically do another marketing push. It's something we plan to do in, like, I don't know, a month or two as well. It's like, we were working on it. We also added some cool new features, one of which I will not spoil, but it's actually really, really funny. And it's already added. So yeah. Can't you use procedural generation for the map? In theory, yes. But I think good procedural generation is a lot harder than people give it credit for. Because, for example, in Songs of Everett... Do I have Songs of Everett here? Do I still have it? Oh, yeah, you guys can see all our secret projects. Let me quickly open Songs of Everett, by the way. Yeah, it depends on how depth you are. Just a simple rotation would add a decent bit of variety. You're maybe right. I'll keep that in mind. Like, that's why I said, like, I think brainstorming with a community can be nice. Kawaii Survivors, ooh woo. It's not going to be called Kawaii Survivors. This was the working title when we started. We will call it Magical Girl Guardians, because Marnix wanted the magical girl in there, because it's like a trope in Japanese culture. And our beautiful game Unicycle Pizza Time did great in Japan. So we kind of hope we can use the people we know from covering Unicycle Pizza Time to cover Magical Girl Guardians and so on. Oh, if you were gonna look at that. Oh yeah, I think I was going to look up the anime references. So it was called Sabage... I assume this is it. Wait, is this PG? Can I show this on stream, or am I? Give me a second. Okay, it seems fine. Don't want you guys to have a non-Christian stream experience, of course. This is a beautiful image. But yeah, this is like kind of the thing we want to go for in the end. You can look up the game Okami. Okami. Okay, no. Okami. Oh, I've seen this one before. Yeah, I know this one.
Peggy.
It's a cool looking game. Family friendly, Thomas? I'm always family friendly. Except for the hundreds of times I swore. I have sworn? I don't know. When I cursed on this channel. I'm not native English. Don't bully me. Still hoping for Pogo Pizza Time? Okay, you're joking about that, right, Rohan? But we have been thinking about...
12.
Oh, god, shut up, Steam. I'm trying to talk. We have been thinking about actually making... like, initially we weren't making this first. Like, we had... I don't think I have it locally here, because I did it on my laptop in Japan. Yeah. But basically, we were first working on a different kind of game. It was a... how do I say it? A rage game as well, but it was a horror rage game. We call it Wheelie Terror. And when I say Wheelie Terror, I mean like this. Wheelie, from really, but then wheelie, terror. Because you were basically in a wheelchair. And that was like the precipice where you like had to control left and right wheel independently. And the thing is, okay, you're not joking, Pogo Pizza and Buzzbee made. The thing is, sure, but at that point, it's like, we can make something like that in like 2 weeks, because we can reuse almost all the code and just change the controller and the map. But it's like, at that point, are we not approaching Sellout Studios levels? Because, is that really what we want our legacy to be? A horror map for UPT, maybe? I mean, maybe. Thing is, we do the construction map and we'll see how it goes, because the downside of doing a game in 1 month, like we have seen other YouTubers try recently even, and okay, they might have not succeeded like us in releasing it in an actual month, but they will probably find out that if you do it on a short term, marketing your game is really, really hard. Like, we started the 1st of August, released the 31st of August. So, How maintainable is UPT code-wise? Depends what you want. Some things are really maintainable. Some things are... wow. It's like... if I have to change one thing, half of the code will break. So, it's not too horrible in my opinion, at least. Why did I want to... I think I wanted to show procedural degeneration in Sons of Erisate, but I kind of think we lost the mark on that. Like, I was too late. Do you guys have anything in the pipeline after Magical Girl Guardians and Williams games? Some loose concepts? William had a concept he thought about like a week or 2 ago, I think. I'm not sure. He hasn't really pitched it. It was like mostly... it's like... he was like, okay, this is a really cool game. I want to experiment with dots in Unity and try make something like this in 3D, because it was a 2D game, spoiler. But it was not... I don't think it's fleshed out yet. I think it's just like he wants to try it because he thinks it's fun. And that's about it. So we don't have anything, basically. That's been my first successful game. You can't modify or port later. Unity helps though. The thing is... okay. The only downside with Unicycle Pizza Time is that we use Steam networking. However, we use Fishnet, so in theory we can change the transport layer, change how the lobby thingy work, and then we can port it to any platform. The problem is, we don't know if it's worth it, first of all. I don't think it's worth it, first of all. But, because especially if you look at it, UPT is a cheap game. Like, we made it for, like, we specifically made it so it's like impulse buy territory almost. So it's like Unicycle Pizza Time, it's like a $5. And depending on what country you're in, it's like super cheap. So for a $5 you can play the game. I don't know how games for a $5 do on a PlayStation or whatever. Like, sure, we have controller support, and sure, if we make it work, it's great. We can probably just make a server, and it works. But I don't know. I don't think it's a play, at least for Unicycle Pizza Time. Now, imagine Magical Girl Guardians breaks through. Then maybe, because I can see a game like this work on multiple platforms. But I think a game like Unicycle Pizza Time is a lot harder to market on different platforms that are not Steam. So I don't think it's worth the effort, basically. That's like the gist of it. Like, the music we use, it is so good, but so annoying at the same time. And the thing is, we use like we have like a license to use the music, but there are like a lot of people who have the license. So it's great how when I watch a YouTube video now, it can be any random YouTube video, and they use a song that is used in Unicycle Pizza Time, and I'm just going like, oh my god, this is it. Show a Skogvol. I don't have Skogvol pulled, but I can quickly clone it. Because I think I have it on my laptop, but like, we're back in Japan since 2 days, and we started both projects while we were still in Japan. So give me a second. I'll pull it and I'll show it. Because the thing is, I have been very well, I haven't touched Skogvol basically ever. I played like a couple of things, so I probably won't do it justice. But I'll give it a try. Because I think Marty showed off the game yesterday. So I'm pulling, by the way, so give it a second. Do rage games do good on consoles? That's the thing. I don't think they do. I don't have stats for this, I don't have proof, but if I just follow my gut feeling, I like, if I think about rage games, I think like Only Up. Wait, Only Up Girl? What is this? What? This is not what I expected. Okay. They removed the original? Wait, really? Why? It's a joke, right? What is this? What is this? No updates. Sorry. I apologize for being a socially divergent person. To my miserable person, so I've overlooked the story and bugs in the game. XD. This might be very different from you. You know what? I really want to be a fun game, but I'm missing heavy machinery for that. Just pause for not. What is this? Well, that's not what I wanted to show. I'll just show the game of Sisyphus then. Like, this is another raged game. I don't think they do well on other platforms. I think it's just they do it on Steam, and that's it. Oh, I didn't know you could roll an apple. Like, what is similar? Chain Together? Is Chain Together on different platforms? Maybe Chain Together I could see work on different platforms. I'm actually going to take a look, because I'm not sure. Okay, so Chain Together is on mobile. And I think that's it. What platforms are you on Chain Together? Okay, so it seems to be basically on Windows and then mobile. But like, okay, mobile I could understand still. I think mobile is still pretty fine. But yeah, Scuffed Games is a good thing to call them, I guess. But it's like, I don't think they do well on a lot of platforms. I think it's a very Steam-specific market. Oh, they were removed because of stolen assets? I act surprised, but maybe we even covered it in the Byte stream. I don't remember. Because we have done so many episodes, so I really don't remember. Jump King. Yeah, Jump King as well, but is Jump King on other platforms? Jump King is one of the OG ones, right? Search. Platforms. Okay, so it is on multiple platforms. Are there stats about how well it does? Because usually consoles don't give like stats on how games do, right? Healer / support class for Magical Girl Garrios multiplayer could be fun. The base class, which is the assault one, let me show you. She has a healing ability, so she can spawn a heal basically. So like this girl, she has like a healing circle, and then the idea is when you level up, she can do like higher heals, center heals more, all those things. But like if I run around, you see I can press space, healing circle, and if I'm in here, I would heal. And it works for other players as well. So I assume that is what you mean, right, Ricardo? But that is basically, yeah, that's what our idea of the healer. And then I should have stopped the game maybe. Like the idea is that we have girls with like specialities. So you have the generalist. She has like the what we call the most basic gun. It's like the assault rifle. It's like pretty solid on almost everything, and then the heal, because usually heals in this kind of games are pretty strong. Then the tank, which is she's very slow in movement, she's very slow in like rate of fire, but her bullets do big damage and she has the most health, and she can do a shield for herself and for allies, and later on push enemies away and reflect projectiles, all those thingies. Then we have the scout. The scout, very quick, very high rate of fire, and currently she doesn't have an ability yet, but I think, okay, I can look in the document, because we have it. Can I put it here? Oop. Because we had like we have a little document where we're like what we want characters to be like and so on. Okay, great. So she doesn't have a plant ability yet. Damn it. Okay, now there goes my point. But like basically, Yuki here does not have an ability yet. So if you have an ID for her, maybe let us know. And then the demolition, she has like a big bazooka, and the idea is she will have like area of effect bullets, because now it's just a regular bullet with like a bit of pierce, but like that's it. The idea is that it has an area of effect explosion when it explodes basically, and it will have an ability where it's like an airstrike basically. Like this is the very damagey but very squishy character, and that's the idea basically. Like she will have good AoE, but if you get hit by something, you're basically doomed. So those are basically the characters in a nutshell, I guess. Also, at the moment you can disable core. So if you guys have a great ID for actually for the scout, let me know. Thanks for the UPT, made little info earlier, no problem. Anytime you can ask anything, and depending on the question, I will sometimes reply. That's the least useful answer you ever have. Camera should maybe come down, show off the cute costumes more. The thing is, then you don't see that you're being hoarded by enemies. So, is this gonna be the NSFW game? No, we don't have an NSFW game. Like, we have Jiggle Physics, but it's not NSFW. Like, for example, here, I'll maybe just show you. Because what you could do, like if you, god damn it, what am I? Why is it not? Bruh, I forgot how it worked. Okay, like if you zoom out too much, you see too much, and it looks like you don't move basically. Because now, of course, it looks like you're moving slower because you move like less on your screen, right? Dash ability for a scout, yeah, that's something we could do. But then, what upgrades do you add, and so on? And if you zoom on too much, let's do something like quickly like this. Okay, that's maybe a bit too much, but you get the idea. If you zoom in too much, you don't see enemies coming and you're like definitely screwed. So that's like the main reason. Scout could pull out a bat and spam the shit out of it as reference to TF2 Scout. Okay, so you guys seem to have some ideas for scouts. Thomas loves my edgy questions on Discord. I'm not on Discord too much, so like I kind of forget it's there, and then I see it, and then I'm like on it for like 2 days, and then I forget again. A dash ability, yeah. Too far away camera adds mental distance for the player. Hard to explain. Raja was too far away, in my opinion. Who's Raja? But yeah, I think you don't want it too far away. We're still playing with the actual angle, but that's like hard to do. Like a damaging fire, that could be good. Like a dash, and then you upgrade it to have like a trail behind her. Sure, that could be something fine. You could do like a fisheye. Yeah, okay, you mean like a fisheye effect so that it seems like the prey is big and it is smaller. Sure. Raji. What is Raji? Is this me not knowing something again? Aha. It's a game. I mean, it's a beautiful looking game. But like if, for example here, the player is not big at all. So if you do something like that in the game, like we don't want the game to feel too slow. So you, like what you can do is basically zoom in a whole bunch, and then the game just feels quicker because you see your character move more often, and you just see basically like a bit of a parallax effect, I guess, where you are like moving very little, but your background is moving a lot. Player is tiny is your point. Yeah, but okay, let's, I still have it running, so let's, this is like my quick way to replicate what Raji had. But now you can see it feels like I'm moving slower because I see less change in the background. And okay, it's great that you can see enemies, and you can even see the spawn, because it's configured for the initial distance, like where they can spawn, because they're like specific spawn points, but you can also spawn in around the player at all times, basically. But it feels a lot slower than when I zoom in here, because then it's like I move. It seems to move a lot quicker. A turret. The thing is, we already have the auto fire, which is like the I still didn't get it. I'm so unlucky. But which is like the mascots. The mascots are basically what we do as the auto fire. I'm so doomed. Yeah, you want it snap, exactly. We want it to feel like quick and fluid, and not too slow. Because one of the things I remember Marnix doing is like he took like, I think it's Scout, right? Like, look at her. This is her base movement speed. She's pretty quick, right? And like if you get movement speed upgrades, she flies over the map basically. And that's really cool, but like you completely alienate that effect if you zoom out. That's my point. I meant Raji did it wrong. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, then I completely agree with you. I thought you were like, why don't you do it like that? That's a good way. But it's like, no, you mean don't do it like that. Add temporary stat buff pick. I mean, that's also maybe not a bad idea. Because the thing is, we're still thinking about what to add. Because like, I was talking to Marks like a week ago, and it's like, okay, we need to make a list on the things we think now we are in this state need to change, need to be better, and need to be added. Maybe temporary stat buffs could be fun. Like, or maybe it's even like, I mean, when you think about it, I was talking about how for me at least, Swarm was an inspiration, right? They have like, I don't know, Swarm, League, Fortune buff, like this thingy, where it's like you get a big buff when you get near that. That's, I guess, a bit like it. So that's actually not a bad idea, like the temporary stat buffs. I actually like the idea. I'm going to think about this. Do they transform at all? Can you clarify your question? Because I'm not completely sure what you mean transform. You're describing orthogonal unit design. Each girl/boost should work in a different axis. But orthogonal is just... right? So I'm not... Huh? I'm confused. Glad to help. Well, if you have good ideas, keep them coming. Like, you need to find their temple and gain a hero. Yeah, that's... buff from Shine from Japanese God. I mean, yeah, maybe. Because... like... or something like the Torii gates here. Torii gates are pretty... yeah, sacred in Japan, I guess is the correct way to say. Maybe the Torii gates every so often give you a random buff or something if you go there for a time. I'm not sure. Ah, magical girls often have transformations. No, the transformation they have is this thing. I'll show you. This is their beautiful transformation. They can get guns. So this is the base version, and this is the transformation. It's when she pulls out her big ass shotgun. I'm messing with you, by the way, but we won't have transformations probably. But it's something. It's funny to see them. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. It's like, magical girls are usually have their transformation. Well, ours have guns. Okay, that would actually be fun, like having a full magical girl transformation. And then just get your gun out, basically. Like, look at her. She has her baby Uzi. It's like, pew, 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 pew. And then we have... yeah, she just fired it. Her big bazooka. It's a cute gun, right? Ooh, Axel Stream, you have a cool idea, but having all the players merge into one Supergirl seems like a lot of work to make it work properly. Like, damn. You guys are um you guys are getting a bit weird. Like for example, you Doug with your panty and stocking ID. It's a bit more exotic, I guess already. Any katana girl? No. I actually tried to fight for a melee character in the beginning, and I think it would still be fun. But yeah, no Gucci so far. Oh, it's an anime? I thought you meant we should have those things in the game as well. Oh, it's not safe? Okay, good to know. Twin Times Stars a multiplayer bullet hell roguelite incoming. Out you may get some inspiration from. Yeah, I purposely kept this tab open from Temtem Swarm because I didn't know it existed and can get some. I think it has some good ideas. Like it looks pretty cool. So that's why I was like, I'm keeping this open so I will not forget. Are you seeing your girls don't have panties in the game? If you buy the underwear DLC, they definitely have them. Can you talk about the differences in your stance on Devlogs and Marnix's stance? I think Marnix completely hates them. I think I'm just going to put show you the game the devlog again, because the last devlog we did was this one.
By this time, Marnix
is the UPT one. Looks like a pizza time one. And I love making them. I love watching them. My fingers were cut out. And that's all great. But in the end, they are not profitable. Like, these are the videos, these kind of videos are like highly edited by Marnix, and they basically just make him spend a whole lot more time on editing. I have to script this, so usually we have like semi-script, so we can give like spur of the moment things, but we follow a guideline, like talking points and those things. And we basically got very few wish lists from this. Besides, all the things you get are like wish lists, like he explained, that are basically other devs saying like, hey, I'll support you, bro, you're doing great. And sure, that's a thing you can do. And sure, it is something, but in the end, they don't convert, or they don't usually convert. Of course, we have the coolest guys in our... of course, there is a way to... Like, of course, they convert somewhat. For example, there were a lot of cool guys in the community that were like at a launch event where William and I were like hosting we are pressing the big release button for our game right now, and we will try to play it with you guys. And of course, there were people who supported it, and that really, really helped us out. Don't get me wrong. But in the end, proportionally, it's not the best way to do it. Do you gain anything from them if you don't count your enjoyment? Very little. You get like a couple of wish lists, but they don't really convert. Because you're doing educational content, I also think that's true. This is something I discussed with Marnix about, like, we mainly make educational content, and I like it, but I don't like it. Hear me out. For example, here, this was one of our silliest videos I think we ever did.
We wanted to...
Or another pretty silly thing was we made is the bed live stream. This one. Where it's like, we have no choice because we don't have a desk. We just do it in bed. And it's like pretty stupid and pretty funny. And those are the things that I really love doing. It's like being silly, but still talking about games, all those things. While most of our content is usually pretty serious. So I think in my ideal vision of Bite Me, which is not for anytime soon, because I think what we do now is great, and the educational content Mark puts out is great. But like, I would find it funny if we were more enjoyable as well, because I think sometimes we are a bit too educational, not too funny. But I also think, for example, a Danny is not, it's like too funny already for us. So we want, like, this was us trying to cater to a different audience than the audience we have, basically. I don't know if that makes sense, but what about entertainment focused devlogs like Danny or Choo Choo Charles guys? Yeah, true, that can work, but the problem is, for example, for us, usually devlogs are aimed at other developers, or at least other developers watch them. Not a lot of players watch them. You have exceptions, like for example Danny, where just random players also watched it, and then it's good. But for example, for us, we have 35.6k subscribers. Out of that, 95% are game developers or wannabe game developers. Not a lot of players. There's not a big overlap, at least for us. So for us, it probably doesn't make sense. That doesn't mean that I don't want to make it. If you make education content, you gotta make courses like your hero, Thomas Brush. We have talked about making courses, and every time it is, no, we are not planning to do one, unless it is an actual technical course. So an idea we had for a while is, William is pretty good, I'll just say it like that, in the A-star algorithm. Like, we were thinking, what if we make a course about A-star, and it's like we add some cool features like obstacles, avoidance, and so on, which is not in your typical YouTube A-star tutorial, and how we can optimize it, do it with burst compile, all those things. Because, for example, Forge Industry spot finding was, in my opinion, one of the bright lights. So yeah, that's mainly it. So those are ideas we had, at least. Like a cool teacher. Yeah, I guess a cool teacher is I mean, the thing is, every teacher who says they're a cool teacher are not cool teachers, you know? So, do you want to attend these streams just to hear and interact with you and Marnix? Yeah. I mean, I appreciate that. I do feel like if your developer name is Bite Me Games, it should be about your games and not for educational purposes. I think for sure you guys need to split it up at some point. Yeah, I'm not sure how we do it, but like in general it's like top tips or whatever. Those are usually the videos that go really well, and we want to talk about our games and our story, but we also want to talk about the things we learned, and those are usually the things. Yeah. Oh, you love Thomas and Marnix. I mean, thank you. I would say I love you too, but you have NSFW in your name, so if I do, I maybe get weird pictures back. So, or maybe that's exactly what I want, and I'm just pretending I don't want it now. Who knows? Having a recognizable personality like White Shirt Guy helps. True, but it's also a curse, in my opinion. So this is something I actually talked with Marix about. William and I have been, I think, too lazy. Of course, YouTube will always be Marx's baby, but I think we should show more. Okay, that sounds weird. Like, William and I should be on camera more, mainly because the load is just getting too big for him alone. Because we do a lot of videos, both on Patreon, on YouTube. He does coaching calls on Patreon as well. So like, we basically want to take a load away from him a bit. So that's why, if you're a Patreon, you will see me there for more, because I just need, like, Marnix is a much better host than me. I'm just gonna say it how I think it is, and he can talk way better. He's better in giving feedback, and yeah, overall he's a better host. So the idea is basically that I try to get some experience also on Patreon, because there is our core, and they will probably not kill me if I'm not using my correct streamer voice, because yay, hype guys. And I can get experience, and then of course the live streams I also try to help out here and there, so that's why you're seeing me now and not him. But basically, yes, it is good to have someone recognizable, but I also think that Bite Me as a brand shouldn't be Marnix's face. if that's the right way to say it. No, I'm not saying I want to take Marnix's load. You guys are weird. Damn, I missed a lot of chat things while I was talking. Maybe ask Quote Monkey how his courses do. So many poor beginners. We should probably ask that because he asked us to collab with him for that. Like, to do a partnership where we do, like, plugs and so on. But we haven't really... I looked into it. I'm not sure. We have so many other things to do at the same time that we basically... There are a lot of things in the back burner right now. Lol, favorite history teacher always wore a gas station jumpsuit with a different name. What? Okay, that's pretty cool though. Stream in non-Japan time. Yeah, we're back in Belgium since 2 days. So yesterday Marnix did a stream, today I do a stream. Tomorrow we have a video, so you can see us once again. The idea is to do 3 streams every week. It's still the target. Yeah. Just take practice. Yeah, I also think it just take practice. And I think it's good that we avoid burnout. I mean, you guys probably saw the video here. Like the I'm tired, does it get fun again? If you haven't, watch it, first of all. But in summary, it's just Marnix has a lot of things to do and a lot of different things to do. So if you go to our lovely Patreon, you can see... maybe I can just pull it up. Give me a second. Patreon. So, if you go to our lovely Patreon, first of all, you can get our lovely business overviews, of course, which is look, Rohan, here you are. Where you can see the business overviews where we go into all the money we earn, but you also do, like after Marnix, his video, like a week or so later, I had a long talk with him. We went to Starbucks together while I was still in Japan. We drink some nice frappuccino, because there it's not costing as much as in Belgium. And after that, I basically made this video, which is like summarizing, what we discussed there and how we kind of want to change things up. Because in the end, okay, even with the changes, what we are doing is not sustainable. I'll just get that out of the way first. But it will hopefully be more sustainable than now. So one of the issues we face as a team is something I was honestly also already joking about earlier. So that's kind of another good sign. But it's like we face extreme... Like, Marnix and I are workhorses. I don't know how to say it properly in English once again, but it basically means he lives and breathes Bite Me. I live and breathe Bite Me. William is a lot better at like separating those things. Not saying that he doesn't work, by the way. I just mean he's a lot better at just saying now it's enough. While Marnix and I, we don't know our limits. Yeah, workaholics is a better term. And we just keep going. And the result is you get some amazing things. You get the beautiful game called Unicycle Pizza Time. While it's not a groundbreaking game in the end, but this is not something a lot of people can do. And I don't want to sound like, oh, we are so good or whatever, but like just the dedication to set yourself and the beginning of a month say, this is our deadline and we will hit it, no questions asked, is crazy. Like, I don't want to call anyone out. I don't know if I should do this, by the way. But, for example, one of our fellow YouTubers, he made a cool video, I assume after he saw something from UPT, because it was later. I'm not sure. I have no proof. But he made a video about... Where is it? Oh yeah, here. I made a cozy game in 1 month. And that's cool. But he's releasing it in basically a month from now. And then it's like, this is proof. I don't want to flame the guy, by the way. I think what he's doing is great. But this is proof that there is just a... There is... What we at Bite Me are good at is not necessarily the art or the mechanics even or whatever. We're just good at getting shit done. And I think that's our strength. So yeah, I guess that's basically the gist of it. I don't know how we got here, but in the end, I think, yeah. Oh yeah, I was talking about Marnix's tiredness. Basically, if you'd want to see what we did, just go over to Patreon. You can, like, this is one of our main income streams. You can see it if you see the video, but like, it's really good. I think your weak point is understand what is the shit that needs to be done. Probably because we have a lot of side projects. Like, we have the grind, but we also get distracted really easily. Proof. I'll give you some proof. Okay, so if we go to Bite Me Game... Oh, I cannot type. Bite Me... BiteMeGames.com. We have a cool, like, the website, we added some new things like a while ago. So the Belgium Game Awards are here. Bite Me Game Awards, oops. Oops, I shouldn't say those things. We have like the resources page, and it's like, we have a couple of assets. Some free, some paid, all of those things. Now, sneak peek, I assume I can, right? We showed it before, yeah. So we have a lot more assets that we have basically made, but not released yet. We have other projects. There's a video coming about this, by the way, soon on, I think, Patreon. I'm not sure. Maybe Patreon, maybe YouTube, of all the projects and side things that we have worked on and killed in the end, or not killed, but are temporarily on hold. And it's quite a bit, actually. I think it's a really funny video because it's like, oh damn, what are we doing with our time? They probably have 10 different Unity projects. Yeah, definitely. Maybe you should do something that would be guaranteed to be signed like a publisher, like a survival base builder with zombies or something. I don't think there is anything currently which is basically a guaranteed sign. That's like, I don't know. Side projects like Learning Godot, that's one of the side projects we haven't done. I'm sorry. But maybe one day. About pulling back from even established studios, no guarantees. Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. That's like, there is not a lot of guarantees basically in the market right now. Stack of maybe / guild of project is normal. I mean, true. But what should be the ratio basically? What do you mean link on Bite Me Games resources? Look, I'm literally on it. Which link is not working? I'll fix it for you. The capsule art link sends me back to the menu. Oh. Oh yeah. Well, I'll fix that for you. I'll quickly. No, I won't fix it on stream, but I'll fix it after the stream. That's a good call because I didn't know. You can also find it on the YouTube, by the way. I assume you can find it here.
If you're a game,
this is the link. So I'll share it in chat real quick. No, maybe it's not. I shouldn't share it in chat. That's kind of lame. But basically, it's like a list of capsule arts we checked. I'll fix that right after the stream. The big companies have so many projects never see the light of day. Your burnout is way lower. Burn rate is way lower. Don't worry. Probably. But the thing is, big studios probably have more like leeway so they can afford it. Like Bite Me Games is doing better basically every month. but we are still not self-sufficient enough. Like, we're getting there, but we're not a healthy organization at all yet. Well, not at all, but like we're getting there slowly. But if we think about everything we should have paid earlier, like for example wages, we don't pay every wages every month to Marnix and William, for example. So basically, yeah. Co-productions, the thing is, we are very stubborn. Well, mostly Marnix and me, I guess, because I think William is very flexible and is like pretty down for most things, which I honestly really like. But like, we don't like co-productions usually, because we just want to do our own thing, you know? We don't like it when other people tell us what can or can't be done, or if we're not happy with it, like, we just want to do our thing. That's basically it. You can always pitch to play with almost any, and half of their projects don't make money, but they do enough of them to make profit. The thing with Playway is, I think they actually... Oh, bro, I cannot type. Can I just find it here? Nope. But like most Playway games, I think are like hyper optimized and market specific. So what I mean with that is they know the games they make are probably going to sell well. Is at least how I perceive them. And if that's the case, I don't know if they are looking for like a game studio like us then. I don't know if that makes sense once again, but either way, you probably should co-produce something with someone who has grand knowledge on art. 100% agree. I know our Achilles heel is art, is visual effects, all those things. I completely agree. You couldn't be more right. 100%. That's why, for example, when we had interns, we loved that we had art interns, because they did some really cool things for Guild Architect. I actually think Guild Architect, while not perfect, it was shaping up to be a pretty game. Duckosaurus is a studio. It's a funny name. Like, like all the game studios, including ours, by the way, have such weird names. They have a lot of sub-publisher companies that have their own sub-publisher and so on. Playway is more bigger than House Flipper and similar. Okay, yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. We don't have a site yet, but coming soon. Oh, so I assume it's your studio than the Duckosaurus one. I mean, the sites are probably not that impactful anyway. Like, I don't think we get a lot of traffic. Like, our site is also pretty bare bones. Like, honestly, we probably should link to it more often, because like the idea is making this like a hub for everything like we ever share, like the one-page game divided up the capsule leads, even our own assets, like the free music, whatever. Like, that's probably going to be the most useful page for most people. And then the services, like, you can get a coaching call with Marnix. Did you know that, guys? You can talk to him for an hour. You can book now. Or you can get a custom trailer. So it's also something we offer. But like, those pages are probably the most useful, because we have like the game page, and yeah, who is going here to read about Unicycle Pizza Time? Well, it's the people who we are going to send the press kit, basically. So either we send them directly to the press kit or we send them to this page, but that's like it. So I hacking love art interns too, helps a ton with mostly program routine. Yeah, exactly. Like, visually, Guild Architect is probably one of our prettier games, because I think Unicycle Pizza Time looks good, but it's not like artistic. It just looks good. I think that makes sense what I'm saying, right? It looks okay, but it's not. It doesn't do much special, basically. Could reconsider console and mobile. Steam limits your total market. True. The thing is, not all games do as well on other platforms. So for example, if you want to release to Xbox or PlayStation, they have very specific games they like. For example, I think most indies on Xbox, like statistically, they don't do well. So I assume, depending on your game, you can do it. But so far, I don't think we have made a game that makes a whole lot of sense on other platforms. Like, otherwise, I'm down to do it. Do you have apprenticeships in Belgium? I don't know what apprenticeships is, but we have internships, and it's basically they have to do it for like X amount of weeks before they graduate to get some real experience, and it is illegal to get paid for it, so it's basically free labor for the companies. So yeah. Didn't Thomas Stewart have a good video on console? Yeah, I think he did. I even remember seeing it. Like, I remember him having something about consoles as well. I suck at finding things back. Oh, damn. I didn't see this picture yet. He looked so young in the first one. How did he... No way. Is it just because he grew a beard?
My first 6 months of self-employment. Today I want to cover major milestone accomplishments.
Does he have... I want to see the picture.
That I have, how my finances are doing, what about my family dynamics, the best and worst parts of this whole endeavor.
Where's the
what
picture?
Was unexpected,
It's not there. Damn it.
And a lot more. So let's jump
Damn
into
it. But damn. Sorry, I got distraction. Apprentice is training under a company, may or not be tied to a school, like unlike internship. I have no idea, honestly. How much does it cost to hire a full-time 3D artist in Belgium? I mean, I don't know, like, for a company, 3K, I guess? And then the artist keeps like a bit under 2K. It's like the first thing I would think about. But I'm not entirely sure. In Germany, it's legal to not pay an intern, which make many companies not take interns. Yeah, in Belgium, it's the opposite way. Like, you're not allowed to pay them at all, because they don't want it. Which, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's pretty good that it's actually unpaid, because then people can actually get experience. But yeah, I can assume why they are like, no free labor. So whatever. This guy became a game developer and had a glow up world truly unfair. Yeah. I talked about this earlier on Steam, I think, but like when you look at the older, like look at Marnix's, he looks so dead on the inside here compared to like one of our older ones. Like, look at him, he looks so okay. Well, his eyes are already getting a bit like baggy, but like he looks so much better, in my opinion. I hope you're not watching anymore, Marnix. I think you're great. In France, we have alternance. It's like a long dimension where the student is an employee full-time but spends half-time in school and other in studio. A lot of students struggle to find it. In Belgium, a lot of students also struggle to find, but only in the game industry, basically. Because, for example, in normal software engineering, it's so easy. Like, then you have like too many companies, but like for game devs, there's just a lot of people who want to stay in Belgium for the internship, but there's not a lot of a big scene, indie game scene, basically, in Belgium. So there's like, if there are like 200 students, 70 of them go like international interns, which is fine. 130 needs to find in Belgium. There's not 130 spots, basically. I mean, Marnix did bulk up, yeah, so that's completely fair, Ricardo. What about me? Did I bulk up? Can you see it in my sweater? Am I getting buff? I went more to the gym in Japan than Marnix, by the way. That's not a joke. And Gamedev looks dear little. It's pretty much the same in Finland, not many game dev positions, which is kind of sad. Yeah, the thing is, everyone wants to be a game dev, but there's a limit to how much the market can support, basically. So that's why it's so hard, because like if there were a third less game developers would be more like demanded, right? Supply demand. So basically, if all of you just quit being a game dev, I have a better shot of actually getting a game dev job. Don't do that. That's not actual advice. Like, if anything, we wouldn't make this channel if we don't want more game devs. In the US, that's co-op for... Oh. Best is to have a proper job and do game dev until you can actually live from the games. Exactly, that's what I'm doing. It's also what I advised Marnix to do. It's also what I advised William to do, but they didn't want to listen to me. And I funnily enough had the same conversation with like Marnix a week ago. I'm like, you know, I can still say I told you so, that it wasn't worth it to quit his job. Like, until the moment, like, Bite Me actually, like, breaks through. So I kind of want Marnix to be right in the end, so that it was worth it, because I also want Bite Me to succeed. I'm like, I'm the biggest shareholder of Bite Me, so of course I want Bite Me to succeed, you know? So yeah, it's funny, because like, I told you so. I can say it every day until the day he can say I told you so, and then he can say it for the rest of his life. So how much does it cost to hire full-time 3D artists in Belgium? Are there any grants? It's a bit like I said earlier. I would guess around 3K for the company, and the artist gets a bit less than 2K. I don't know though, because the thing is, we haven't really looked at the market, mainly because no matter what it costs, we don't have the money. Oh, per year. Well, times it by 12. Yeah, exactly. Game dev business is fun because you have it as a day job. And yeah, way less stress done. Thing is, exactly, because if you guys all say, if I say something really bad now and Bite Me gets completely cancelled, and no, everyone just unsubscribes, and tomorrow I have 0 subscribers, I'm very sad. But it's not my livelihood at stake. It's like Williams and Marnix's, so exactly. Thomas got that 50% in the bag. I don't have 50%. No. We're 4 people. If you go to the Bite Me Games website, you can see, you know, in the About page, look at us. Look at us 3 years ago. It's like the first event we went to, and then all 4 of us in order of shares. Well, I think it's just random, but it just happens to be. Like, you don't see Jamie much anymore. He's pretty hands-off, but he's still part. And William and Marnix are full-time, and I'm doing it on the side, basically. Well, we have about 30 employees, and we as a median wage for an artist is about 55k a year at this point. I also think it depends on if you hire a junior and if you hire a yeah, like, depends on what profiles you try to hire, right? I'll just while I'm reading the chat, I'll just leave the Patreon open for some subliminal messaging. So like, if you want to check out the Patreon, you know, it's just there. Please refrain from posting links. Yeah, apparently he doesn't like you posting links, but I didn't even see them. So the bot is sometimes a bit aggressive. Low-key, if you came out as a Nazi or a far-right bro, I would unsub. Well, no, I'm not going there. Thing is, Marnix and I have different political beliefs, but you know what? I'll give you a mind-blowing experience. No matter what you think, you can still get around, like, along with people. Like, if you're far left and far right, you can still get along. Just stop bringing politics in things where it doesn't have to be, which is basically, we're working on games, so we keep politics out of the YouTube channel. Hey. What is the ownership structure of Bite Me Games? If you mean like the way it is, we are a VOF, is what it's called in Belgium, or do you mean like who has what percentages, or I'm not sure what specific question you want. Yeah, I'm learning very well about just opening the Patreon, and you guys know, right? Yeah, you guys are like laughing about like, wow, mind-blowing, damn right, 20 years ago it used to be the norm, but I don't think it's the norm anymore. So, kind of sad. But yeah, in general, Europe has lower wages than the US, I would think so. But even then, the welfare isn't too bad, I think. Depending on what country, of course, but... So, I mean, I don't know how we got here, guys. Like, we started the stream with a silly tier list. And after that, we went on to look at some amazing IDs. Honestly, there were some pretty decent IDs in there. I'm not memeing. Some great IDs for Magical Girl Guardians. And then we just went on a whole side tangent about, well, chat distracting me. But honestly, I like it when you guys distract me. It's something nice to talk about. So, what do you guys think about our nice brisket, by the way? We didn't have it. Like, one of the sacrifices you make when you work on a... well, give me a second. I'm overblowing my face with my key lights when the white page is white. Like, one of the sacrifices we made when we do it like for a month is we didn't have a press kit on release, as far as I'm aware. So this is like made after the fact, which is kind of sad. So yeah. Oh wait, no, I made a mistake. I need to keep this open, right? Let me put the lights back on. Yeah, I know, I thought Polish were dirt low, but it turns out it's all across Europe. I mean, it depends on the country and also on what industry you're in. Because, for example, Polish wages are on average lower than Belgian wages. That's why, yeah, Belgium is like one of the most expensive countries to actually have like people work in. But the thing is, even then, you have like in Belgium, compared to the US in this case, then a lot more taxes. Like, so much more taxes. So the employee keeps less, sure, but it might just cost the same for the employer. I mean, the upside is you have a better social security net, I guess, but that's already going into too much politics, maybe. Because it depends if you like that or not. Do a small tier list. We already did one. Look at this one. We did the tier list of the Thomases. I'll reset it to how it was earlier, no worries. How are the housing costs in Belgium? Okay. I bought an apartment. Well, it's being built, so it's still going. But let's let's have some fun. If you want an actual answer. Marnix is going to look at the folder and be like, bruh, you went to shop for, well, shop is not the right word, but you went to like a housing markets website? What do you mean? So let's say we want to buy a house. Where are the filters? Out here. So, what are we going to do? So let's say 2... we want a house. I live near Antwerp, so let's just do Antwerp. And then, can I more? So one of the things that's really important in Belgium is like 95% of the guys, like the people watching are like, bruh, why are we doing this? This is a Gamedev channel. But I'm going to make a point. Like, one of the most important things in Belgium is like the energy certificate. So let's take everything that is a B or higher, because you pay a lot of tariffs otherwise. Well, not tariffs, not the correct word, but like taxes, depending on it. Okay, so this is bro, that's massive. Let's take at something like this. So this is a Belgian home from a random person. Not a big garden, well, it's a pretty decent garden actually. And it's 446,000 euros. The thing is, oh, it's 2019. This is actually not a bad value. Wow. And yeah, it's not bad value. If I had money, I would buy it. Just like that. Like honestly, it's not a bad value. I'm pretty surprised. This is one of the better things I've seen. Yeah, it actually looks nice. Damn. Well, sucks. Yeah, also that you say that's not bad by US standards, but you have to remember that normally, I think in the US most houses there are like from wood, right? Here everything is stone. So I guess that's also a thing. And yeah, slaapkamer is a bedroom basically. Time to put this year's Bite Me version on a cool looking house. I mean, you say that, but Bite Me does not have the budget to buy a house, sadly. Here would cost 800 euros. 800 is a good deal. This was 400k. So I assume you meant 800,000. Wait, it's expensive here? I mean, it's expensive, but if you look at the Netherlands, it's really crazy. Because basically everything there is privatized. And that's like, wow. Hey Thomas, have you seen SN Box? Looks very close to Uni, but uses Source too. So cheap about. No, it's not cheap here. I cry every time I look at how much my apartment costs. Okay. SN Box. Wait. SN Box. What? A spiritual sketch together and a love letter to Source 2. Orange Pixel is NL, I think. Bring it back to Gamedev, huh? Yeah, I mean, he is from NL. I don't think... I mean, I don't know if everyone noticed it, but we noticed the Dutch accent because we basically speak the same language, but like with different dialects. So yeah. Would you move into a house with other Bite Me members and make games all day? Ooh, you say that after I just lived together with William for 2 months. In Japan, we basically shared an Airbnb. No. Unless it's like private areas. Like if it's like an apartment block and we have separate doors, then sure. But like just completely living together, no. I think it's important you have like your private space as well. And for example, especially in Japan, because it's like tiny houses and apartments there, it was like I knew what William was doing every time of the day, and he knew what he knew what I was doing at every time of the day, because you just have no privacy. So if you have a bit of privacy, maybe I'll probably still say no, but probably not. Hi, Sam Oldfield. Multiplayer. Built into the engine. Hot reloading. Cloud assets. Hammer. Terrain system. Visual scripting. Shader graph. Virtual reality. I mean, looks pretty cool. They want to make it possible for people to build a game with it and sell it on Steam, but if they are waiting for Valve's approval, because Valve's all Source 2. Oh! But there are games already, right? Pizza clicker with multiplayer. I don't think that was the... Oh, you can see the developer. Wait, Face Punch? Oh, is it from Face Punch? I assume so, because this looked pretty high quality. You can play in their app now, but it's in beta. Okay. Okay, that's pretty cool, actually. I mean, it's ambitious. Like, every time someone tries something, it's like so ambitious. Like, we could never. But it's pretty cool. So these are the daily charts. Pizza Clicker is number 2. What a funny world we live in sometimes. We don't need this anymore. Probably don't need this anymore. I'm just closing some things real quick, because I have a lot of things open. By the way, Unicycle Pizza Time exists. If you don't have it, buy it. Hey! Gotta bounce, get that paid work. I'm looking forward to the art and design process on Magical Girl Guardians. You know it. You should look forward to it. It's gonna be awesome. But thanks. So what happened to Guild Architect? Is it shelved? Okay, maybe I'll cover this and then I'll probably start, like, call it quits. For today at least. So, okay, here's the deal. I'll explain it in the meantime. You guys hit the like button so I have more likes than Mark's stream yesterday. I don't know how many he had, but I think we need more. Basically, Guild Architect is not shelved. But it is shelved. The problem is Guild Architect is a really, really ambitious game. The problem is basically, if we want to fulfill our vision, we need a lot more time. Especially because we built Guild Architect and it just didn't click just yet. So honestly, the biggest culprit of this, of why Guild Architect is shelved, is probably Unicycle Pizza Time. Because Unicycle Pizza Time, when I was making it, I gave like the build on day 2 with Marnix. Day 1 basically, where we could move together, and then day 2 where we could like have a bit of obstacles. And it was like, yeah, this is fun. But when we played Guild Architect, it was like, we have a lot of mechanics, and sure they work together, and sure they are cool, and all those things. And it's really nice, I guess, but we didn't find the fun yet. So if we actually want to deliver on our vision, first of all, we need to flesh it out, we need to polish, we need to add a lot more content. And and if we do those 3 things, we still fail because we still didn't find the fun. And exactly, complex games take a long time to be fun. And when we made it's funny how I opened the video like 5 times on the stream, but when we made this video, releasing a game in 1 month, what a stupid still shot, I look like an idiot. Releasing a game in 1 month to prevent bankruptcy, like the bit at the end, where Marnix explained, okay, we're not completely doomed with finances, but it's still, we're not doing great financially. So Guild Architect basically was too big of a risk, because if we spend another year on it, so that's like, if we release a game every 2 months, let's say, because 1 month is too short, we shouldn't do it. That's one of the biggest reasons Marnix made the I'm tired video. If we make a game every 2 months or 3 months, doesn't even matter. Like, let's say 2 months. No, let's say 3 months. Just because let's give it the benefit of that. That means we release 4 games in a year. How big do we find the chance that Guild Architect will outsell 4 other smaller scope games that we make? I don't think the chances are too high, because we still haven't found it yet, so we probably even need more time than a year anyway. So that's probably why. Just because devs find complex system fun to build doesn't mean it will be fun when playing the game. It's so hard. True, and we had a lot of cool systems, and I think we could make them fun. But it just means we have to do a time investment, and we're not there yet. That's basically why. Bro really likes his devlogs. I mean, I think they are funny to make, and I think that the result is funny. I also know that Marnix hates his life when I ask something like this. I mean, even more than usual, I mean. But, like, you know what I mean. Okay, I would like to have a hot take. Do 2D games have a chance in the Game Awards? Sure. Why not? For example, we have different categories. Bite Me Game Awards. So, do you have a chance? Yeah, you can have great UX. You can already win. So, work of art. If you have basically a Cuphead 2D art style, sure you can win. Mechanic magic. We're not talking about 2D or 3D here. If you have a great mechanic, why not? So sure you can win. Also, guys, this is a subtle hint. You can still, for the next 6 days, or like a bit less because we have an actual time limit, submit your game to the Game Awards. So give it a shot. But yeah, 2D games have a shot. So if you have a 2D game, don't feel bad because we say usually 2D games are not marketable. This is not what game do we think is the most marketable. This is like individual components of a game that we want to highlight. Like, hey, mechanic magic, or even if it's something stupid like I have a 2D game. Okay, yeah, nah, you probably won't win it with like a 2D game in this genre. But like, there are still categories you can win in for sure. I'll share my numbers, how much my AS slop games will make once released. I mean, if your name in the NSFW is basically reflecting your plan, I think your numbers can actually be pretty decent. Wait, so my game doesn't have a Steam page though? No Steam page, you can still enter in the Diamonds in the Rough category as far as I know. How many submissions? That's a really good question. I don't have a link to the form with me, but like it depended on the category. We had enough submissions to already pick for each category. I think I can't say. I don't know it off the top of my head. Games that are not released yet are eligible. Depends. Yes and no. They have to be accessible publicly. If it's in an open beta or if it's in an early access, it's fine. If you do it on the, like if you release on itch.io or Crazy Games or whatever, also fine. Especially for Diamond in the Rough, where it's like your prototypes, it's completely fine. But it has to be accessible to the public somehow. Like the idea is we do the Game Awards and we can say, hey, if you want to play the game, you can play the game. And if there's no way for them to play the game, that's kind of sad. Thank you guys, I really appreciate it. I have hopes for it. Thank you guys. I mean, now I'm gonna feel bad when you don't get nominated, you know? Because early December, the nominees will be announced. We have great ideas for like the Bite Me Game Awards, like how we want to do the nominees announcement, like ideas for the award ceremony. I actually think it's going to be, if we can execute on our vision, it's going to be by far the best stream we've ever done. So I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, but it says shining on other sites. I have no online presence. I mean, like I said, we have to be able to play it somehow, you know. And we want the public to be able to play it. You're excited to see who wins? I'm excited as well. I haven't looked at a lot of nominations yet. That's why I'm like, I have no clue how much. Because it's like, I just keep pushing, and then once I see it, I'll be like, okay, I'll go for it. It's Corrupt Them All on Steam. It's a Fair Days AI game. Lol, gain around 5 wishes in 2 weeks. That's not bad, actually. I'll probably should move this to the side because of your name. Corrupt Them All. Oh, it's... You sure? You sure that's the name of your game? Did I miswrite it? Because I don't see it. It's... Oh, okay, yeah, I'm not logged in. I should be safe. Because I can't see it then. Because I don't think Steam shows it if you're not strode in. Remember to play it on isolated PC so nothing happens, just in case. You know, we probably won't play it live on stream. Like, we actually have quote-unquote a venue. And we probably won't be sitting like behind PCs. We have like actual award show ideas in mind, where we do like guest celebrities and all those things. So that's why. Anyway, like I said, I was going to do the hey guys, please like. You guys did, so I'm happy. And we talked a bit about the Bite Me Games Awards. Probably Marnix will kill me if I don't say, hey guys, we have a Patreon. Support us on Patreon. So I did it just now. So hey guys, support us on Patreon. He's happy now. And I think I'm going to call it a day now. Because I think we at least streamed quite a long time, right? It's 2 hours and 40 minutes. So that's not a short stream at least. Like and subscribe and patronize. You said it. Exactly, Vast. You said it. And thank you so much for watching. I hope that soon you guys join us again for our next stream. I don't know exactly when it's going to be. I have a one-on-one with Marnix tomorrow. One of the things I want to like bring up is making a more consistent stream schedule. We still need to find more ideas, but it's fine. We'll figure it out. But yeah, so keep an eye on Discord, keep an eye on YouTube, wherever, or on Twitch if you follow us on Twitch. Just check our socials to see when we actually stream again. But it should come sometime soon. More Marnix and Thomas videos and streams. Yes, I agree. I think those are the best as well. But yeah, I think those are the best for sure. But it's going to be harder to do because currently he's also back in Belgium, but he's not too close by. So we will do them, but not too often probably. So they will be special. Alexandro, welcome. Yeah, you just missed the stream. We did 2 hours and 42 minutes of Thomas goodness. But thanks for the sub. And with that, we are... I feel so sad because you just now joined. Good night and don't let the bedbugs bite you. Well, thank you very much. And see you guys in the next one. Ciao, ciao.